So, you think being born a king is like waking up in the silk sheets with loyal subjects and unlimited turkey legs? Yeah, no. Let me tell you something. Being a king used to be the most overrated job on earth. No sick days, no Wi Fi, and literally everyone, including your own family, wanted you dead. I mean, sure, I got a crown, but I also got 27 cousins planning my assassination before brunch. And don't get me started on the food. It's either poison or just soup with bones. This isn't a fairy tale. This is Survivor Royal Edition. And spoiler alert, I didn't survive. So buckle up because I'm about to take you through the worst times in history to be born as a king. Trust me, after this, you'll be thankful for your 9 to 5 and your $5 coffee. 1. Ancient times, aka the OG king nightmare. Let's rewind all the way back to ancient times, aka when being a king meant you wore a gold hat, couldn't read, and had a 100% chance of dying from a paper cut. Or your brother. I was born in ancient Mesopotamia. Population, snakes, sand, and betrayal. As king, my job included praying to angry sky gods, marrying my cousin twice, and declaring war over goats. Sounds glamorous? Bro, I didn't even have toilet paper. I had clay tablets and emotional damage. And the medicine? Oh, you got a headache? Here, have some leeches and a solid kick to the liver. If that doesn't work, maybe your priest just says you're cursed. Thanks, Chad. Now let's talk about ancient Egypt. Sure, I was worshipped like a god, but also buried alive with 47 cats and my dentist. People say, oh, pharaohs had pyramids. Yeah, and chronic dehydration, sand in every orifice, and a 1 in 3 chance of dying from a mosquito bite. And don't even get me started on Assyria. Being king there was just an extreme sport. You win a battle? Cool. Your general now wants your throne. You lose a battle? Double cool. You get skinned alive in public. Peak vibes. In short, ancient kings didn't live long, didn't live clean, and definitely didn't live soft. We had no TikTok, no DoorDash, and 0 mental health days. So next time someone calls you a drama queen for needing iced coffee to function, just remember, at least you're not leading an army of barefoot dudes into a desert with nothing but a spear and a prayer. 2. Medieval Europe, where kings dropped like flies. Fast forward to medieval Europe, aka the era of vibes and violence. I was born a king again. Yay me. But this time, instead of sand and curses, I got castles with no plumbing and knights who couldn't stop backstabbing each other. Or me. Let me break it down. Being a medieval king was basically playing Among Us on nightmare difficulty. You trusted no one. Your food taster? Bribed. Your wife? Probably plotting. Your jester? Low-key smarter than your entire army. Take Edward II, for example. Guy got overthrown by his wife and her boyfriend. That's not just betrayal, that's HBO-level betrayal. Dude literally lost the throne and his dignity in the same week. Then there's Louis the Fat. Poor man just wanted a snack, got on a horse, the horse said, nah, and gravity did the rest. Imagine dying because you chased a baguette too hard. And let's not forget the Black Plague. Oh, you're king? Doesn't matter. That rat sneezes once and boom, you and half your kingdom are gone. No immunity, no medicine, just vibes and death. And don't think crusades were any better. You're told to go fight in the Holy Land. Cool, except it's 5,000 miles away, your armor weighs more than your horse, and your soldiers keep dying from drinking swamp water. Like, bro, I signed up to rule, not speedrun dysentery. In medieval Europe, the throne was less a seat of power and more a death chair with velvet. You either got poisoned, overthrown, stabbed at dinner, or died from mysterious causes, which 100% meant your brother did it. Bottom line, being king back then was just a glorified job title for next victim. Trust issues? We invented them. 3. French Revolution, a royal pain in the neck. Okay, so let's time travel to 18th century France, where I was once again blessed, cursed, to be born a king. And this time, oh, buddy, it wasn't war or plague that got me. It was my own people, with very sharp blades and zero chill. So here I am, King Louis XVI, just vibing, raising some taxes, because the royal treasury is broke. Don't blame me, Versailles has expensive curtains. Next thing I know, the peasants are outside yelling things like Liberté, Égalité, Guillotine, which doesn't sound like a friendly chant. And let's be honest, I wasn't exactly helping. While my people were eating moldy bread, I was throwing cake parties with Marie Antoinette. In hindsight, maybe not my best PR move. Then came the reign of terror. Bro, they were cutting heads faster than TikTok cuts to ads. You say one wrong word, snip. You cough in public, snip. You blink with too much privilege, snip snip. It was the French version of America's Next Top Model, except instead of eliminations, it was executions. And yeah, I thought I could just dip out quietly, maybe Uber to Austria or something. But nope. Got caught mid-escape in a royal carriage wearing a wig. Iconic fail. Final score. People. 1. Me. Decapitated. So yeah, being a king during the French Revolution was basically a high-stakes episode of Nailed It. But if you messed up the cake, they took your whole head. Lesson learned. Never underestimate hungry people with pitchforks, especially if your dinner costs more than their entire village. 4. 20th century kings. When relevance said goodbye. Ah, yes, the 20th century. You'd think by now being born a king would finally mean peace, prosperity, and maybe a Netflix deal, but nah. At this point, being a king was basically like being a mall Santa. Looked cute, had a costume, but zero real power, and everyone secretly laughed at you. I was King Farouk of Egypt. I had yachts, women, and a sandwich addiction so intense it made headlines. But here's the catch. I ruled a country that didn't really want me. Apparently spending millions on gold-encrusted soap while the people are broke doesn't win hearts. Who knew? Spoiler alert, got exiled, died in Italy, and choked on a steak. That's right. I didn't go out in a blaze of glory. I went out in a 5-star restaurant with a side of mashed potatoes. Royal. Then there's Nicholas II of Russia. Bro thought it was still 1700, but the people had already upgraded to revolution mode. Guy was busy playing Family Man while the empire was collapsing faster than a crypto coin. By the time he realized the people weren't vibing with monarchy anymore, bam, the Romanovs got turned into a tragic Wikipedia page. And don't get me started on all the monarchs who survived, but only as royal mascots. Like, you're still king, but your job is mostly waving at parades and pretending you're not sad about losing your empire to a democracy. Big former influencer now doing sponsored posts energy. So yeah, by the 1900s, being a king was less about ruling and more about rebranding. From power to PR, from empire to emoji, from Your Majesty to please stay relevant. Moral of the story? In the 20th century, kings weren't feared, they were retired. So yeah, next time you complain about your 9 to 5 or that your iced coffee was too watery, just remember, you could have been born a king and died from soup poisoning, betrayal, or just existing in the wrong century. Being royal, overrated. Being alive with Wi-Fi and indoor plumbing, peak luxury. Anyway, if you enjoyed watching me get poisoned, guillotined, and emotionally damaged across 4 eras, hit that like button before I get dethroned by the algorithm. Comment below which king had it worst, or if you'd rather be a medieval jester with commitment issues. And don't forget to subscribe, or else I'll come back in my next life as your history teacher and quiz you on all of this. No notes allowed. Peace out, peasants. King.